Do 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 do. Uh, Good morning, boys. Slash afternoon. Slash evening. Slash wherever you're coming from today. I've got a hoodie on today, so I'm not gonna be freezing my balls off in this igloo that I call a room. Hopefully. Oh, lost the music. Where'd the music go? Music? What are you doing, Safari? Let me reload this page. There we go. And then OBS, you can go away. Don't need you. Where is the other thing? This thing. Mr. Knox! Nice to see you in the streams, brother. And you are correct. Everyone should indeed smash that like. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Knox. I'm looking for longs today. Don't know about you boys. But, oh god. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, can I undo that? Yeah. There we go. Screw all-time highs indeed. What's up with the gap? What gap, Mr. Rice? Do you mean the rollover gap, potentially? I don't know. If you're on the continuous contract, then it'll be the rollover gap for switching from the contract that is expiring to the new one. So if I go on, like, ES, onto the rollover contract, which is, like, where you type it like this, not the actual, like, contract, which I'll just type the actual contract in. Neither is wrong. But, yeah, if you're seeing this gap, then it's because you're on the rollover, or you're on the continuous contract. Nothing inherently wrong, but I would probably suggest doing it this way, typing in the actual contract, because then you're not going to have that gap. And this data is what this current price in the continuous contract is going to, like, refer to. On your trading view, it shows us huge gap. Let me know if it's that. If it's not that I just showed, like if you're not on the continuous contract, then I don't know. Maybe you're on regular trading hours. Because if you go on regular trading hours, obviously you get the big gaps. They're the only two things that it could be. But yeah, I would. I mean, ES looks good to long. NQ looks stronger. I would prefer to see NQ come down, snag the London lows. I would also prefer to see something not happen right at 9:30, because that's always a pain in the arse. But, I mean, we're currently on ES, breaking above this high pretty nicely, but to be honest, on ES, I'd probably put some preference over this high, since this was the high that began this whole kind of run down. This high that we just put in, that we just broke, didn't even get below this initial low. So while it is in a roundabout way a valid market structure shift, it's not an ideal one. Yeah, you're right. Okay, good. 9:30 London lows were swept, 9:31 all-time highs. That would be nice if it just... well, let's try 9:30 London lows get swept, then 9:31 Brad gets filled on a long, and then 9:32 all-time highs. Let's pray it happens like that. No one gets to play. No one got to play yesterday, that's a fact. Well, I mean, scalpers did. I did not. I actually did attempt to short, but very low risk. Like half my usual risk, and my usual risk is low anyway, so. But now I'm pretty much only looking for longs. I say pretty much. What I mean is I'm only looking for longs. I'm a scalper and did not. I feel like you've said that before as well. That's when you know. I feel like literally the last time we will have been all-time highs, you will have said that exact thing. I for some reason remember you saying that. That's funny. I'm being much pickier lately. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? For your strategy, it's like pickier, I guess. I mean, it sounds like a good thing. Good, yeah. I'm also trying to be a bit pickier. Not probably being as successfully pickier as you, but I'm attempting to be. It's harder for me to be pickier because my model shows up so much less frequently than yours, at least, Chris. So like, you can be pickier and not have to wait days. If I'm being picky, I'm getting like 1 or 2 trades a week, if that, which is annoying. Point of interest for me are Asia, London liquidity, then hourly swing highs and lows. That's it. I'm assuming you're on NQ, so let's look at what Mr. Knox is looking at. I see these Asia, well, that's not really Asia, I guess, like just pre-London equal lows here, look really nice and smooth. Asia actually does look really nice and smooth down there as well. I actually would, I'd hope we don't get that low. Like, this is low enough for me to long. If it wants to get that low, obviously it can. It'll just, depending on how fast it gets there, it will depend on whether I get traded or not. And then we have all this smoothness from yesterday's, like, the end of the AM. On a higher time frame, we have lots of reasons to go lower, except for the big reason, which is all-time highs. We only go up. But I do feel a drop is coming soon. Just because seasonally it does. Like around the time we start this contract, we normally put a pretty significant high in and then drop a fair bit and put a significant low in and then rally into the end of the year. Rather not have Asia lows, that starts looking bearish, which I don't, yeah, that makes sense. Opening in 1 minute. We don't have any news today. We had the 8:30 news driver. FOMC tomorrow, obviously, but no other news that's like medium or high impact. I was looking, I was like, I mean, I didn't really properly look. I just kind of had a peek at where we were at about 8:30 down here, and I was like, yeah, there's no real trade for me there unless it digs into this London liquidity, which ES did, but NQ didn't. I'm also going to be paying attention to the opening range gap, just cuz. It's a good thing to pay attention to. I'm way too zoomed in here. I'm going to drop onto a 5. Let's see where we open in 30 seconds. But I hope you all had a lovely rest of your evening or day after the stream yesterday. I sure did. I just watched a decent amount of telly. On the old telly. I actually did trade the PM as well yesterday on paper, but I got a nice short. There was some nice relative equal lows. That's an open. That is an open indeed. Indeed it is open. It's not closed. But yeah, I got a nice short actually. I was paper trading, so obviously it doesn't really like mean anything, but to me it does. Okay, to me it does. But yeah, I paper traded. I tried a short once, got stopped, and then tried the short again because it became even more clearer that we were going down, and then got like the low of that PM session on NQ. I'm pretty sure it was like, was it NQ or is it? No, it was an ES trade actually. It was on like the 2 or 3 minute chart. Let me quickly scroll back and find it before we actually do anything. Where's Monday? Oh, it's not even going to be here, is it? Like, not the same. Oh, no, it is. So when this low was equal to this low, in this retracement here, I tried shorting like somewhere around here, just for like the first entry. Obviously got stopped, and then once we rejected from a 5 minute fair value gap up here somewhere, I got in on like this fair value gap. This fair value gap actually did get filled on the September contract. This is obviously the December one, so it didn't get filled here, but I was filled, I promise. I really don't have any benefit to lie about that since it was on paper, so anyway, let's spot where the first presented forms. This is a bit of a mess, to tell you the truth. Like, pretty wiki open. Have to go to work. Good luck and Godspeed, boys. Godspeed to you, Mr. Knox. Good to see you, Mr. Knox. Ow. A little crack of the wrist never hurt anyone. Do 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 do. So we're basically stalling at London low. Once we break London low, I'm going to want to see any of these highs really, preferably the top one. Are these equal highs on NQ? They are. I'm also wanting to long NQ because it seemed AS was the first to get to London low. NQ seemed a little bit more stubborn to get that low, which makes me think that NQ is going to be the nicer one of the two to long. But we'll see. GCS, what is up, brother? How we doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm not doing bad. I'll be doing better if I make money. I'll be doing just about the same if I lose money. But welcome to the stream. Oh my god, my nose. Let's just label this because that is the London low. And there it goes. That is the London low, right? I did mark it out right. I mean, actually, it's not the London low, but it's the sell side that I was looking at. So we'll change it back to sell side. So I'm going to want to see some sort of rejection here pretty promptly. Hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't just melt. That would be unfortunate. It can get all the way down here, but we'll see. I would prefer it not to, if I'm being honest. I'd prefer it to not be able to dig as low, because that obviously means that we're more bullish if we can't get as low. But Asia liquidity is perfectly acceptable on a day like today for me. ES now looking stronger. SMT at the lows. ES also has, like, I mean, they are relatively equal. They're not like a massive relative equal highs, but they are there, so. Do we have a first presented? We do on NQ, not on ES. ES is just kind of stalling. Let's mark out that first presented on NQ. That's also pretty much midpoint of the opening range gap on NQ, which I don't have marked on this chart, but I do have on my secondary chart. Opening range gap midpoint is like 24558.75, so literally one tick lower than this candle. The more ES consolidates, the more I'm gonna get annoyed. Ooh, laggy mana. This is kind of gonna go either way for me at the minute. This is either gonna retrace back up here, and continue for these Asia lows, or it's gonna properly break and then go for the London high, which actually can be labeled because that is indeed the London high. NQ is looking like it wants the Asia liquidity. ES isn't. And if that's the case, then I'm going to long ES instead of NQ. Which one I choose to trade really just comes down to which one looks nicer to me, like when the setup is forming or forms. And really all that means is I'm going to look at which one looks less, not more bullish, but less bearish. The one that's not seeming to be as eager to go lower. So right now, ES is definitely not as eager to go lower than NQ. Like this low is here, relative to this low that we're forming now, and this low on NQ is all the way up here. So NQ is clearly the more bearish one today, at the moment. I like trading NQ over ES, yeah. To be honest, I mainly traded NQ for like the majority of this year. I only switched to ES because it benefited me being able to lower my leverage to a point that I would really like to, but that really isn't a factor like nowadays. And I like to watch both. I did have a rule where I would basically like watch both, but I'm not allowed to trade. Like I'd watch both, but I'd only trade NQ, or I'd watch both, but I'd only trade ES. NQ is the more fun one to trade, I will say that. It's just more exciting. These highs are equal on NQ, so that's an important thing to note. Because if we are bearish, then it's going to be an interesting bearish run because we've literally opened and started to drop. I would assume that this is the Judas before going higher, trying to catch people into shorting. Again, all-time highs. I tried the short once at the start of the week. I'm not going to try it again. Oh, there's first present on an ES as well, by the way. Just double checking that is first presented. Here it is. So now I've first presented fair value gaps in both. NQ is hitting, actually both have hit their midpoint of the opening range gap now. So good spot for a reversal if it wants to. I'm thinking NQ is probably going to want its Asia liquidity, just eyeballing it. We do also have an opening range, not an opening range gap, sorry, we have a new day opening gap that it's going to get to before the Asia liquidity. But I need to see it trade back above the sell side. I had the red line, the sell side that it swept. I want to see it get back up above that before I think about longing it. Chad, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, brother. Long time no see indeed. I am thinking about doing a Discord call tomorrow, so if you feel up to it, then make sure you're in there. Because I don't think I'll stream tomorrow. There's no real point in me streaming because I'm probably not going to take a trade. I don't know, I just don't see the point in streaming when I know I'm not going to enter anything. Because we have FOMC tomorrow afternoon, so it kind of just kills tomorrow's AM for me. And it's not like it's an often thing that happens. It's like once a month or even less. How was my day? Oh, I've had a decent day. Been in the gym. Did some editing. That's about it. And now I'm streaming. Still using Discord? Yeah. Of course. That Discord has been the most stubborn Discord in existence, Chad. That Discord was originally Mr. KAICAP's Discord before he handed over the leadership to me. And I didn't even have my own channel at that point. I was simply just like one of the more active people in that Discord. And yeah. That was like years ago that happened, and then we just kind of slowly kept it alive just because we've always been interested in trading, everyone in the Discord. Where's the Discord link? It should be in the description of this video or stream. I'm just going to double check that it is there on my phone. Yeah, it's in the description of this stream, and like every stream and video I do. Join a free community of traders. Been away from trading for the last 6 months? Yeah, I mean that happens to a lot of people. Sometimes life just gets in the way. See you in there, Mr. Rice. Is he still? How is the big guy doing? Is that who you're referring to, Mr. Kami, or? I'm not sure who you're referring to. Oh, Chris. He might join. Depends how busy. He was literally in the stream. He's gone now, but he's just pretty busy with work. So maybe we might get a little appearance for him while he's free. But yeah, it's really just down to his work schedule. He's been pretty busy at the moment. He's still obviously trading and absolutely still a trading addict like the rest of us. But yeah, life be doing life things to Mr. Knox. But he is fighting strong, and he's big chillin'. He said he was starting making. I'm not sure if he started doing that. I've not had that much, like, pure conversation with him. Obviously, he's just been so busy, but maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him. I feel like maybe he probably won't have got around to it yet, just because He'll have had other things that he will have had to do. But I'm sure he'll get around to it at some point. It's absolutely a passion of Mr. Knox's. Whacking out his guitars. But I'm gonna one day just like completely rebrand the trading Discord into a guitar a guitar Discord, and Chris is just gonna take it over and just run seminars on how he plays guitar, and Mr. Wiz as well, Mr. Dompey. I'm just gonna hand it to them, and they're just gonna turn it into a guitar enthusiasts Discord. Just melting off the open. No real opportunity to short either. Okay, monitor, chill out. Apart from like first presented, which would have been obviously not a bad entry, but the 5 minute looks like it was a bit of a mess. But you could have definitely shorted. I'm obviously trying to long though, so it looks like I might get a long from the Asia liquidity. If I don't get a long from there, then probably not going to get a trade on the day as a whole, but this would be Asia's low. For yes. I'm in the UK, yeah, back in the UK. I've been back here for a while now. I will be leaving again in like the new year. Probably go to Thailand. But for now, I'm back at home. I'll get back to Bali eventually, but Thailand's on my radar at the moment. Which I'm thinking like January, mid-Jan, Feb, somewhere around there. That's when I want to get myself over to Thailand. Very interesting price action today. It's been very tough. Not today, but like so far this month, really. I was going to say this week, but then I realized it's Tuesday. Mr. Geordie. Welcome, Mr. Geordie. It's always good to see a Geordie in the chat. Your link will not let me sign up for Tradeify giveaway. Do you know the URL? Why wouldn't it be doing that? Maybe it's... You might have to join the Discord, Cody. If you go on their website, you'll be able to join their the Tradeify Discord from there, and then it's literally just go to the giveaways tab in their Discord, and you'll be able to do it that way. That URL that I posted in the chat is the only one that I've got. And it's literally just like everyone can get one from the giveaway tab in the Tradeify Discord. Day before FOMC, Brody, seriously, fishing for chop buyer. This is how I approach FOMC week. I try and get done early in the week rather than later. That's what ICT teaches. For FOMC week, you want to be done. You want to focus your trading Monday, Tuesday, and then you can trade as early as... This is like ideal times for... Or times he recommends to trade. I think he says be done by the 9:30 opening bell on NFP. I'm almost certain that that's how ICT teaches to approach FOMC weeks. That's how I've always approached them. I'm just making sure I have that. Yeah, on FOMC weeks, this is in my journal / plan. On FOMC weeks, I aim to have all trading done before 9:30 AM on Wednesday morning. On NFP weeks, have all trading done by the end of Wednesday AM session to be safe. Obviously, unless there's a bank holiday or something like that. But yeah, that's how I've always approached FOMC weeks. Yesterday was one of those, like, you just can't really catch anything on those sort of days. Open and, I mean, didn't even open and like shoot. It was literally shooting before open. That's a gap fill on ES. Open range gap fill. I'm not going to long from there because it's not something that I would normally do. But it is definitely an idea. It literally got to the bottom of the opening range gap and then, like, that was the low there, so. And then it's broke above that high, didn't close through it. And obviously Asia low is right there, so. But as I get closer to the actual day, I give less fucks. NQ is also shows no sign of reversal, so that was just a sweep from the looks of it, and then continue for the Asia low. I really honestly like NQ to long NQ just because of the relative equal highs that are right before the market open. That would be a nice target, and then that would actually look a bit like a market maker buy model. Original consolidation, whatever this bit's called. Ooh, hello. Hello, 950. My name's Brad. So NQ just dove right into its opening range gap low. You would think that this is going to go for the Asia low, surely, right? Like even at least, at the very least, that low. Here's my plan. One of them is bound to tag Asia, right? So if we form a setup for longs, then displacement, and then I'm in. Otherwise, I'm off to paddle. That is pretty much exactly my plan, apart from off to edit shorts instead of play paddle. This high now on the 1 minute looks like an ideal high to break for a market structure shift. That's also actually an ideal thing that I want to see when I'm looking for my setups, is I want to see it dive into liquidity. I want to see that speed into it, because that's like a sign of smart money. It's jumping into liquidity. It's not just like staircasing down to it. Obviously now I need to see it not just drop off a cliff. I need to see it reverse. NQ theoretically is stronger here, right? If we don't close... Yeah, theoretically. But they have been a bit... Like, ES looked stronger at one point. Now NQ looks a bit stronger, potentially. I wouldn't say either is typically bad. Realistically, like, I have not... I do want to trade the one that I think is stronger, obviously, but I don't really, like, care if I get it wrong anymore. Because, like, ultimately, within reason... No matter which one you long, they're both gonna, like most of the time, move in tandem. So as long as you're long on one of them, then hopefully you make money. But I have seen it before, where like I've identified the one stronger than the other, and then the setup that I took on the other, the setup that I took on the one that I identified as stronger played out better, and the one that was weaker would have actually stopped me out. So there is definitely an element of it that helps, but... $10 AM in 3 minutes. Like I say, I'm only interested in longing this. I don't really want to short away from all this movement, because I don't really have a obvious draw, apart from, I guess you could, like, use these equal lows from yesterday's lunch session. / PM. Where would the PM low be? Here. That's like my end. Like, if it gets below that and starts moving lower, then I'm probably not going to be longing at all, and, like, not trading at all, really. But that's the PM low from the previous day, which is the other target I typically look for. Well, not target, but like point of interest. Did we get below that? We did actually by 1 tick, but preferably we should dig a little bit lower into it and not just stop at 1 tick into it, because that doesn't really feel like much of a sweep. Ugh. Why is my chart weird? Maybe, yeah, rollover today, yeah. I said in the Discord, Geordie, you get no sympathy from me there. I explicitly said in the Discord, make sure I tagged everyone and I said, make sure you've rolled over, boys. No sympathy from me there. Yeah, volume and open interest is higher on December. And like any firm that you're trading with that uses Project X will have automatically rolled over anyway, because the continuous contract has. Again, I'm not really interested in any of these lows, or highs, sorry, for a market structure shift. I'm more looking at that 950 one that started the run lower. I want to see a real, like, clear... That'd be a real clear signal for me that we're going up. This right now could still dig a bit lower. I'll forgive you, Geordie. I forgive you. Do. I need a nice dumper and then a pumper, don't we all? Oh god, I get terrified every time my mouse click on Project X or Topstep X at the minute, because I'm just terrified if I accidentally like just button mash and then enter like long with 10 fucking micros. That would be a bad day. Well, it would be a bad day if it turned out to be a negative trade. If I did it like right before news one time and then just shot into profit, I would be, wow, that'd be a special day. You want to know that, you should know the amount of times that I've considered gambling, because I have 5 XFAs, right? So realistically, realistically guys, if I just on NFP, like on NFP, just go long with one with one XFA and short with the other XFA, surely I make money, right? And even if I lose both those XFAs, I still have 3 XFAs that I can trade normally. That'd be a funny thing to do. I don't even think that is that even within the rules on Topstep? I mean, it's a terrible idea, obviously. I'm going to lose both the accounts if I do it. Been going through TT Trades content recently, pretty neat structure. Yeah, I've watched a fair bit of TT Trades. Chris does, or I don't know if he uses his stuff as much anymore, but there was a time where Chris was a big advocate of TT Trades, especially for like daily and weekly bias. Okay, this should be digging a bit lower now, but I'm gonna need to see some sign of a reversal soon, because otherwise it's looking pretty, ugh, looking like a sell day, and I don't really like a sell day from all-time highs. No spank you. See, now NQ looks stronger because it's not broken this low. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, well. Luckily, it's not being recorded. I have said some terrible things. I have. I can feel. Where is... That's one thing I'm curious about. Where is yesterday's... Okay. Yesterday's open and range gap. Just for curiosity's sake, really. Chad's always been a bit sus. Leave Chad alone. Guy comes back after a 6-month break, Geordie, and you call him sus on day 1. Maybe Chad's the market maker. Just maybe. Chad's secretly a market maker. Planted in the best Discord in the trading community to make sure that we're all losing our trades. Just a theory. Just a theory. See, NQ does indeed look stronger here, like I said. This low and this low. This low is higher than this low. Let's give you a nice raise. I still would prefer to see NQ dig a bit lower into Asia's liquidity, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. $10.30 is kind of my last ditch effort to see it go for these pre-market liquidity, because this will be the second day in a row where it's just not swept any like pre-market liquidity at all. Like normally it's at least going to reach for pre-market liquidity, which if you're not sure is between 7 and 9:30 a.m. Like it's going to knock out some liquidity from that time window. Especially if there's like relative equal highs or lows during that time window, like we have here, 906 and 924 in NQ. That's pre-market. We also have the high just before them over here. Is that actually equal to those, or is it below them? Oh no, yep, that one's equal as well. So we have a lot of smooth highs up here. All actually exactly equal, these two, and the third one just short, but these are very suspect highs, which I would look to target for a long on NQ. ES not really offering the same sort of smoothness, so I'll probably prefer to trade NQ. NQ also looks stronger, so I just need it to dig a bit lower than this. I don't need it to, I just want it to, because then it looks a bit nicer. Although if you do frame it off the, where's the 7 o'clock, like there, then it's a bit nicer, because I mean really I'm like, no one actually knows when Asia liquidity is. Some people use 6 o'clock, some people use 7, some people use 8 as like the starting reference for like, where's the Asia liquidity? What do you all use? Type in the chat right now what you use for the Asia liquidity. What time frame? Like what time reference? I've seen ICT say that Asia is 7 till 9 a few times. But I've never seen him say that, like, if you're looking for the Asia liquidity, look between these two time windows, which is, one, weird, and two, annoying, because he's done it for literally every other liquidity time session thing in the day. Do. Starting to see some movement. Still need to see like this high here, this 950 high is still my market structure shift high. My ideal one. If you were confident in the move, then you could use any of these, but I'm going to use that one just because it's the one that, if you want an easy, simple way of like, where do I determine the high probability market structure shift, look for the energetic move into the sell side. This was the energetic move into the sell side, therefore this high is my market structure shift high for a bullish market structure shift. Use 8 to 2 a.m. See, that's what I mean. Everyone's got different. I think like I don't even have a time frame, really. I just kind of look for anything around there. But I've seen people use 8 as like a good benchmark. I've seen people use 7 as a good like benchmark. I've seen people use 6 as a good like benchmark. And then until really like midnight is the latest I would think. But obviously, I mean, Jordy's in here saying that 2 a.m. So what do you know? This does look really good for a long if we can displace above this high. This looks really good for an NQ long. I really, really like that. We just have to wait and sit and wait for a market structure shift if we're going to get one at all. Journey uses the market reopen. Yeah, so Journey uses 6. Do you have a cut-off time Journey, or just anything from 6 until London? Is it like, do you use 6 until midnight? Do you use 6 until 10? When is, let me Google when is the London session. Let's test it first in futures. If it says 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. It's going to say like the whole session, not just like the This is probably a question better suited for ChatGPT. When is the London session in the index futures? I want to see if we can get like London right, because we know that London's 2 to 5. Roughly 2 AM to 5 AM. Many traders, especially ICT traders, obviously my ChatGPT knows that I'm an ICT trader because I talk to it in my sleep. 2 AM to 5 AM. Yeah, what about Asia? $8 PM until midnight is what ChatGPT is saying. Journey uses it till midnight. So Geordie is 8 till 2. Journey uses 6 till midnight. Journey is also aiming for yesterday's PM low, which is... Have I got it marked? Yeah, down here. And then for London, I use 2 to 5, yeah. I feel like a lot of us use 2 to 5 for London. 3 to 5, but 2 is the London pre-market, yeah. Most people will say London is 2 to 5. Obviously, the main volume comes in at 3. Because that's the whatever open that is. But interesting that ChatGPT says 8 to midnight for Asia. It's just a melter day. I really want this long for these equal highs on NQ. They look so clean. I just need a solid turning point, really. And 10:30, I'm hoping will give me that. But it needs to be a real obvious turning point because we have had a fair bit of speed down here. So I don't want to get caught trying to catch the bottom. I mean, that's exactly what I want to do, but I want to make sure that I'm confident that it is the bottom and it is turning. If I move that back to that equal low we were looking at before, it's dug into it more now. So now really I can look at this high for a market structure shift. Do we get an SMT there? Just curious. No. No, we did not. I kind of ignore those 2 hours after the close, but Journey's the more thorough one of the gang. Makes sense. Ugh. I feel like this is going to be a pretty quiet week if I don't get this long today, because I had nothing in yesterday's session. This is what I want in today's session, but obviously it's not even formed yet, so... While I do like it, there's nothing to say that it's going to happen. I don't know that I'm thorough. Hey, take the praise, Journey. It's coming from Geordie. That means it's right. Oh. Awfully close to the PM low, but how long if we displace up? Yeah, my thoughts exactly. This doesn't seem to be having much steam to the downside either. It's gone into a consolidation since 9:51. It stalled a lot at this Asia low. I'd feel like it would have gotten lower a bit faster if it was going for the PM low. Obviously, I could be wrong and Journey could be right. That is exactly what happened last time, that I didn't think PM low was going to be reached, and Journey did. So, if you are a betting man, then you should probably bet that Journey is going to be right here. And that PM low is indeed the target. We just took Asian low, yeah. Sure did. That's why I'm looking for longs, Journey. I'm looking for my market structure shift so I can long towards this minor buy side up here from the pre-market. Let me change that from minor to pre-market because it's not minor at all. pre-market buy side. And like, look how smooth these highs are in NQ. For me, that's so juicy to long towards. Welcome, Dumpy. Dumpy's long, POC got hit and went long. I just realised I need to make sure that I'm... Oh wait, no, am I logged into paper on this one? Yeah, I am, okay. And let me just go on to NQ, because that's the one that I'm going to be using for this long trade, if I get it. I like the 2 minute at the moment, if we can displace up from here. Leave the fair value gap, like create this fair value gap and break the high, because that'd be probably in a discount, which is ideal. Again, I would prefer if it can break this high before I'm in, then even better, really. I know this hasn't formed yet, I'm just drawing it out to see if it does. I feel like this is my fair value gap for a long if it does. Also, the closer we get to 10:30, really the better for me, because 10:30 is the usual like AM reversal if it's going to reverse. ES looks good to long. Potentially. I mean, NQ I'm hoping to long, so hopefully ES can... ES I'd want to see this high get broken, really. Which is like the same sort of high. I'm looking for NQ to break. Let me start framing my risk here. Just so I know. I can go in with 2 micros. Why can't I see my cursor? No, I can. If in doubt, refresh the page. I'm not putting them in yet because we haven't broken the high yet. Really, I'm gonna demand a close on this one because that's a more solid market structure shift. If we can break this high here and close, preferably close above this one, to be honest. I'm gonna put a dotted line here because preferably I want us to close above. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of that market structure shift as well. I want to see us close above either of those dotted lines, and then I can long. I can also start framing this into premium and discount. Obviously, I'm not even in a discount yet, longing from that fair value gap. So I'm actually going to need it to come up a little bit more. Close like somewhere up here. Yeah, see, that doesn't look good for a long yet. Not yet. The safer bet also in this situation could be to just wait for it to clearly reverse and then get some sort of a continuation play. That's obviously banking that a continuation play is going to offer an entry though, but a lot of times it will. But yeah, I'm not going long just yet. I need to see a little bit more. Hands are indeed off the mouse. But there was a time where Brad would have taken that trade. He would have been going long right now. Whether you think that was a good idea to do or not. The old Brad would have been all over that long. Most likely. I probably would have... Would I have even longed that on an eval now? Probably not, to be honest. It just didn't look good. I think longs need to get faked out, and that might have been it, maybe. But that was a nice reaction. What's that high like? It's not even anchored to a high. That's what I was going to say. That high was just anchored to nothing. But good reaction so far. We'll see if it wants to continue up. I have a lot of room to long. I'm trying to get a long in like somewhere in here. Sorry. Somewhere in like this sort of area really is where I'm wanting to long. Like that's my cut-off point really, probably. Obviously I would prefer to long somewhere around here if I can get a clear enough indication of a long, which I haven't yet. Journey's long ES. I haven't looked at ES, but yeah, ES didn't close above that high either. It did close above that one, but I would prefer that one, like I said. I started this run. Did it even get above it? No, but it did make relatively good highs of it, which is always like pretty clear that it's going to continue higher. What about on the 1 minute? Was there anything? Nothing for me. I'm being pretty picky though, so don't think I'm shitting on your long idea. I'm trying to long as well. I'm just being really picky with my entry. I'm demanding very solid entries. Longing back to the BNG. Yeah, that's not a bad call, to be honest, at all. Especially on ES, because ES didn't touch its first presented at all. Which it's always good to look for a retracement back into that at 10:30, or around 10:30. In that scenario. Of course, when I don't take the trade, it's now moving against me. Or not against me, it's moving in the direction I wanted it to move. I'm trying to look for any other fair value gap really to take, but there doesn't seem to be one. Ba, 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 ba. If we do break this high here, I will be tempted to long in whatever I can find, really. But I can't really find a whole lot, if I'm being honest. Like, from this run here, I would need to get, like, up here, really, like, to the first presented, which is a bit far. For it to then come back and tag this. I want a long in a discount, relative to whatever range I'm looking at, obviously. ES long from the breaker low and 1 minute fair value gap midpoint. I really like the bounce. Oh yeah, I can see the breaker you were talking about already. Yeah, that was the aggressive 2022 right there. What even is the risk to reward on that trade? 1 to 3, just over. Partials would be taken at some point, I don't know where. Probably in the upper half of this range. Honestly, first presented is like a pretty ideal partial. Coming back down. Do. The old 10-20, 10-25. Why do you keep saving as... Oh, it's so annoying. My secondary chart keeps like saving itself and like the continuous micros, which it shouldn't be doing. I've told it like many times to just save on the contract I put it on. So I can see my drawings on there, but it just keeps not doing it. This is coming quite a bit lower now. Was that potential long that I'm currently missing? Nah. Not yet. That isn't very displacey, so. Oh wait. Hang fire. 10:30 is here, so now it's an ideal time for it to get a reversal going. If I get a trade, maybe it'll look something more like up from here, break this high, and then retrace, and then I can get in. Because so far, this has all just been pretty lackluster for me, at least. ES looks even more bearish than NQ. ES is below this low here. Journey's out. Didn't like it going back so deep. Yeah, that's fair. I would have been sus of that too, Journey. Value area high 5-minute C wick testing. Interesting. Where's the White Sand wick today, Mr. Dompey? I can't really like look at it and see how it played out yet. I've not got that level of Dompiness. But I'm assuming it would have been like, I don't know, short on somewhere in here, maybe? I don't know. You tell me. Didn't work again. Yeah, well. You mean didn't work as in it didn't offer anything, or it offered something, it offered like a losing trade? Give me something, indexes, don't go to sleep. I still need to make money. Did not offer anything good to trade at, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, BNG short till the Asia low was real nice today, but I wasn't wanting to short, I wanted longs today. Like I say, Mondays being like a Mondays being a solid expansion day with no real sweep at all. Always such a pain in the arse because I'm just constantly doubting whether we've actually made the low of the week or not. Especially on Tuesday. Like if it's gonna go back and go snag Mondays, like I bet have we even taken like previous days high or low? We must have taken high. Yeah, definitely took high. Didn't take low. And you're nowhere near the Monday. Like, see what I mean? Why is Monday looking like a Tuesday or Wednesday? And Tuesday's looking like a Friday so far. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Don't really need this 2 minute anymore either. A whole bunch of none. Glad that I filtered this. Like there was a, like I said, there was a world where I was longing this. I keep saying a world. There was a time when I was longing this. So it's good to see me hold fire for once, being a bit more picky. I blame FOMC. Yeah. I think you're not alone there, Mr. Dumpy. Like I said to Geordie though, like the way I approach the week is I want to trade earlier in the week, Monday and Tuesday. They are 100% sure of a rate cut. Nothing is 100%. Okay, knock out this low of the day, and then honestly, I'm gonna need it to reverse after that, or if not, I'm done for the day and I'm taking nothing. I'll probably have a peek at it at the PM, to be honest. I'm not opposed to trading the PM on my fundeds. It's just most of the time I'm done with the day by the end of the AM, so there's no point in me really, like sometimes I'll watch it just because I'm an addict, but I won't take anything, and if I do, it's on paper. But on a day like today, where I've had no opportunity at all in the AM, I'm not opposed to, and well, I'm not opposed to trading the PM so long as I have like a clear draw and all that stuff, and it is like a solid setup, because I know the setups I'm looking for in the PM. I just don't obviously trade them a lot, but I'm comfortable enough to. Like if we haven't swept that buy side and NQ after lunch, best believe I'm going to be longing towards it if we get the setup. Boom, boom, psh, boom, psh. Boom, boom. I'm going to demand that this is the high that gets broken for my upwards move. This 950 high, like I've kept saying, it's the one that took us into that age of liquidity. That this high was the main drive into this liquidity. Therefore, it's my market structure shift, like filter basically. All these highs that are getting broken and then gone back below, broken again, gone back below. This is all noise in here for me. I don't have anything until that high gets broken up there. Similar sort of thing, that's like I would have had a similar sort of approach on ES. Maybe on ES I would have considered this high here, because this high did have a fairly directional move lower. Like it's a little bit more of a swing point. Not as much as this high up here, but there's an argument to be made. But we didn't close above it, like even on the 1 minute. And at the moment, especially for days, like it depends. Sometimes I won't demand a close. Sometimes I will. At the moment, the way that this price action has been so far today, I'm going to demand a close because I want to be like 100% like I'm stupid not to be taking this long. And right now, any long feels like I'm forcing it a little bit. Headphones are killing me though. Ow. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Ah, JP. Welcome, Mr. JP. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. In the icy, freezing cold north, even the real north of the UK. I complained on stream, I'm pretty sure, I think yesterday, I complained about the weather, and I'm a fair bit more south than you, so I can imagine that you're probably freezing your nutsack off right about now. Hoping for the 5-minute sweep after the long fake out. See, fail on the Wixie long again. Chart doesn't care much about 5 minute and could just go up. I mean, I was getting a bit hopeful there that we finally were gonna move higher. Looks like it's a sell day. Maybe it does want the PM low, which on ES is actually even closer than it is on NQ from eyeballing it, relatively speaking. Why is there a dot on my chart somewhere? Get off my chart. Do. Miserable currently up here. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I'm all of a sudden way more grateful about the weather where I am. Right here, where I am, JP, it is. It's 17 right now. But it feels like 12 because of wind. Yesterday it was like 15, felt like 8 because of wind. What is it in Scotland? Like, what is it in like... Oh god. Let me Google. Not Google. Let me search Glasgow. 16. Oh, it's about the same to be fair. It feels like... It's warmer here, JP. Or warmer there, I should say. Feels warmer at least, because here it is warmer, but it feels like 12. Like that's what the weather app says. Outrageous. It just happened. I'm long. The old 5-minute wick. CE. And there's Dumpy's long, if I'm not mistaken. Geordie's long. Everyone's getting long. Maybe I should get long. Nah, I'm getting short. This is looking pretty dire for me at the moment. I'm probably going to call it a day and then have a peek at the PM later on. Watched a documentary about Celtic fans in Scotland. Wild, love it. Would be 85 points? Nah, that's not bad. That's not a bad move. I just realised the music stopped. Oh no, it's not. Just thought it had. I'm gonna sit here until 11. I'm gonna call it a day at 11. Ah, you tell me, JP. I'm trying to. I say that teasingly. I'm trying to long. I just can't. I haven't had my setup yet. Dom P's long off a 5-minute wick. Geordie, I'm not sure what Geordie's long off of. I have not entered anything today. I didn't get anything on stream yesterday because we just had a drag up from open, so it was like no opportunity. And then this day's been similar, kind of just the reverse. Open and just dump, and then, well, there was opportunity in this. There was chances, but I don't know. At least for me, it was hard to frame a short bias on today, especially with that pre-market liquidity. Look at that buy side, that juicy buy side. Ugh. Am I on my music? Yeah, I am. Why is this song like silent? I mean, I've got my headphones turned down really low because I've actually realised that I need to have them low because having the music on quite loud just quite literally is like nice background music for me, but it literally just, I can't think. I quite like the look of the untapped 4-hour and 1-hour refugee below. I have seen this 4-hour, this big one. That does look like a decent place for me. For me though, I'm looking for like how much is it going to retrace before I can long it. I'm not really trying to short towards any of these. And then yeah, you could refine that to this hourly. Would that be a discount of like this entire range? Yeah, that's the discount of the entire range. It's not a bad idea really to long from there. Oh. This is just doing a big old consolidation, so I'm gonna love you and leave you, boys. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm feeling a voice call tomorrow, so if any of you boys that are in the Discord want to join in on a voice call, I will ping you tomorrow. And literally the same time that I stream, I'll jump in the VC instead, because I don't feel like streaming tomorrow because I know that I'm probably not going to take anything. So I'll instead just have we'll have a little boys chat in the VC for anyone that feels up for it. Then I will see you there. What's Tom P said? Oh, actually, what's JP said? Ideally, I'd like the 15 bearish gap above, tag, then dump. Where's that 15 gap that you're talking about? This one? Yeah, 930 gap, I'm pretty sure, and then dump. That's not, we'll see. We will see. Shot, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. If your model appeared, then for a long, then I don't see any shame in taking it because longs should be favored today, at least from my view. It's just that I obviously didn't get a setup. But yeah, I will catch you boys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. And if you're not in the Discord and you're watching the stream, then make sure you hop in the Discord, because that's where I'll be tomorrow. But other than that, if you're not going to do that, then I'll catch you on the stream